The setting is Australia. A zombie pandemic has swept through the country. A family of three, a father, Andy, a mother, Kay, and a baby named Rosie, are living on a houseboat to avoid infection. Their backs are against the wall as they are running out of food and the mother is now infected. They will need to touch land soon. Martin Freeman and Susie Porter as the father and mother are fire in this. They show you within the first 5 minutes. 1. How hard it is to be in a relationship. 2. How hard it is to be a parent. And 3. How extremely hard it is to do both of these in the zombie apocalypse. They bring you into the intensity of the situation and kick you right into the pit of heartbreak. Jesus! Whoever was working with the baby to get her to talk, cry, and make sad faces on key is dope. That infant has a bright future. But what is it about apocalyptic stories and the parent-child relationship that makes it such a trend? There's The Road, The Last of Us, The Walking Dead, Train to Busan, and now Cargo. What am I missing that makes this theme so dope? Maybe it accesses both the child and the would-be parent in all of us, becoming the adult or role model that we wanted or looked up to in the times of crisis. Whatever it is, I ain't complaining. As far as the nuts and bolts of the story, I wish the movie itself was longer. Brother K made a good point in saying that he wanted to see more zombie action. It does jump on some familiar plot points from other zombie movies, but it doesn't fail to add its own spin. It tends to focus on more of the best and worst parts of humanity. What movies like this tend to do is put a mirror on human beings by saying, we've all been bit by something, but it's our choice on whether or not we become monsters. One big thing that sets this movie apart is the setting of Australia itself and how the characters have to navigate through its terrain in order to survive. Of course, there are more parallels to that of The Walking Dead and The Road. As far as cinematography goes, there's some beautiful scenes here. If you know me, you know that I'm a sucker for landscape scenery, and there's a lot of that in this movie. Another thing that I like about many recent zombie movies is that no background is given about how the zombie virus began. We are just thrown in the middle of it and left to make sense of it all. Cargo adopts that approach as well. The process of becoming a zombie is unique too. For starters, after one is bitten, they have 48 hours before they are completely turned. What's ingenious about this is that each character has a zombie Fitbit that lets you know how much time they have left. You're always aware of that zombie Fitbit. You are always aware of time. During that 48-hour window, the bite victim goes through several nasty changes of transformation. There's one aspect of this process that I've never seen before. It may be the most unique thing that I've seen in recent zombification history. I won't spoil it. Shout out to the writers though. Because this is Australia, there's the presence of Aborigines and Aboriginal culture. For those who don't know, the Aborigines are Africans who migrated from Africa over 50,000 years ago into Asia and Australia. When the British invaded Australia in 1788, they began their first attempt at the genocide of the Aborigines. Why do I bring this up? When you watch this movie, there are a few brief moments where you see this history showing its ugly face with the character Toomey. It's funny that even in the apocalypse, racism is alive and well. To this day, the Australian government has tried to wipe its genocidal past from the history books. Children are educated to believe that all indigenous people died from disease. This is super ironic, considering that this movie is about a pandemic that wipes out a huge portion of the population. This is a straight line to Australia's bloody past, in which the British brought murder, measles, and smallpox to its shores. As stated on ATI.com, these instruments of war decreased the indigenous population from well over 1 million in 1788 to just a few thousand by the early 20th century. If I had to express any disappointment in this movie, it would be that it wasn't longer. Also agreeing with Brother K's point, I wanted to see more zombie action. This is still a pretty good movie overall that focuses on not becoming the monsters that we are running away from. I'm giving Cargo a 7.8 out of 10. And if you like my videos and would like to help me make more videos, pledge $1 whatever you feel to my Patreon page. This keeps me out of the Hunger Games and in front of your face.